Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today, it's a special day. We've got the busiest person I know who might just have a tiny break. No, she doesn't. It's Sarah Olson from our HR department, director. Sarah, first and foremost, thank you for taking the time. And can you just breathe just a little sigh of relief or not so much?
Oh, I feel great.
Perfect. Well, we're here to talk about the new hire, a new police chief here, and kind of the wrap up. It's been a very long process, and we've been trying to be as transparent as we can with the process, and a lot of behind the scenes work. And so today's interview, we'll find out what's the next steps forward. But before we look forward, let's take a look back and everything that goes into this process. From the beginning, Sarah, what were some of the goals from your department as far as starting the recruitment of a police chief?
You want to get as much community engagement as possible. So having more people around the table. So there's many processes. It's not just an interview and then choosing the new hire. So we had a survey of the community. We had a team that before we even started the recruitment, we had what's called an equitable hiring tool. And so it's bringing people around the table to look at everything from, the job posting, where we're advertising, what are we actually looking for, some of those essay questions on the application and so on. So from there, choosing the right people to be at the interview panel and then even to be part of the community panel presentations. We chose business leaders, community, people that live in the city of Fitchburg, employees. So it's making sure that we're trying to get a good cross section of, the community. And then the public reception, that's big, so it's an opportunity for people to come on out and hear from the finalists. We had 4 amazing candidates that were part of that public reception. And we were really, really fortunate to have good qualified applicants and candidates in all of those steps.
Talk about the Police and Fire Commission's involvement. So what is the Police and Fire Commission first off, and then what did they do behind the scenes? Because a lot of work happens on that front as well.
Right. The Police and Fire Commission is a resident. They're residents of the city of Fitchburg, and they have oversight over the hiring of a police chief and even a fire chief. So, there's multiple meetings that go into play. And, a lot of these folks have full-time jobs during the day. So they're coming after hours for several evening meetings. I think we've met the equivalent of a year's worth of Police and Fire Commission meetings in the last 5 months. It's been pretty amazing. And so they're instrumental, and they are the decision makers in this process.
Sarah, for community involvement in this, just to reiterate that, how much did the community really get involved in this? Did you get a lot of feedback? Did you hear from people? How did we get that?
We did, yeah. So we had sent out a survey at the very beginning to find out, what are the traits that people are looking for in the next police chief. We had almost 300 that responded to the survey. We had commission members and some council members that walked door to door to drop off paper surveys for people to complete. We had our neighborhood navigators help put those out to different areas in Fitchburg too. So we were trying to avoid just putting things out electronically. Throughout the process, people could have contacted the Police and Fire Commission to share their feedback about who they felt like the right candidate would be by either calling a phone number and leaving a message or even emailing the commission. So we had a designated email. The commission received over 100 emails on Wow. what the community felt would be the right person for the police chief role. And we received numerous phone calls and voicemail messages. So it was very involved.
And that's good, and that's what we like to see. We want to get people involved in processes, right? We have the door open, and we want to hear from you. It makes a difference when you're doing these recruitments.
Exactly. And on top of it, our commission members met with police officers for informal coffees to kind of hear from them and how, what they felt for the future of the department, where there might be some issues and maybe some new focus areas for the chief. So I think they met with maybe about 30 of our 52 sworn officers over coffee. They also met with other members of, other professional members of the department too.
Yeah, and it was cool to see it come together. We saw some of it come together, but when we had the open house and seeing the officers come out and have a chance to talk with the candidates was pretty cool from what I saw. All right, so we've got it set up. Let's take it to last night. So a decision was made. We know it's out there, but tell us about our candidate.
Yeah. So Alfonso is our new police chief. He is going to be going through conditions. So there's a psychological, a drug, and a physical. We hope to have those completed within the next week or so, and then we can finalize a start date. So we're looking at mid-October as of right now for getting sworn in and actually starting with the city.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And as we wrap up the thank yous, numerous thank yous to be had out there. As I said, I had to start with just thanking you and your staff, but a lot of people went into this process, as you mentioned. Who would you like to thank?
Our Deputy Chief, Matt Leahy, for stepping up and taking on additional responsibilities. Also, Lieutenant Hartwick and Lieutenant Baumkamp for picking up additional responsibilities. Lieutenant Hartwick put together all of the flyers for the police chief process. So all the amazing recruitment materials you saw out there, whether they're flyers about the public reception or just other happenings with the police chief, he's responsible for all of that. So, staff, our police department, I'd like to thank all of the commission members that put in all of this time and some of the council members too that actually helped and sent emails out to the community and walked door to door. So it's such a group effort and we really appreciate everybody's involvement.
So if people moving forward here want to meet the new police chief, when are we going to see him? So I know it's going to be a couple of weeks, but as far as that next step goes, you talked a little bit about the process, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be able to hear from him and see him start the job.
Yeah, we're hoping for, Monday, the 18th of October, hopefully getting sworn in that Friday before and then actually starting that week. So we're finalizing that a little bit. Of course, we have to wait until we get the psychological, physical, and drug test results back before we can actually finalize. But yeah, so hopefully mid-October, and we'll have to look at ways that we can have the community come on out and meet the new chief. That'll be something on his plate to reach out and get to know everybody.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for jumping in and taking the time. And again, thank you to you, to Amy, to everybody involved in this. This has been quite the process, but it's been fun to be on the outside looking in, be a part of helping getting the word out. And here's to a good start for Alfonso joining the team here. We think of ourselves as a family here with staff. So glad to have him on the team, and just thank you.
Hey, thank you, Fact TV. I mean, again, all of those meetings that we had after hours, that's because of you and holding those so that people can actually watch them live. And that public reception went off without a hitch. And that's all thanks to you and your talented staff. So Fact TV, thank you for everything you do for us.
You bet. We're here to help you, Sarah, and help get the word out. So thank you so much again for your time, and we'll look forward to talking to you real soon.
Sounds good. Take care.
Yep. Sarah Olson, our HR director, her and Amy, top notch for all the work that they do here in the city and just keeping us motivated and happy. We happy. I'll say it that way. All right. Wrap it up here. We'll take a break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg. All right.
So good.
Crappy ending. Crappy
You're
ending,
so good
but
at all
good.
that. No, you are. I love it. You're just